It's safe to say that most investors and entrepreneurs have used Warren Buffett's investment advice on their path to achieving financial greatness. Famously known for his holding company Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett has a net worth of $65 billion. Indeed, the Oracle of Omaha has done some pretty impressive things in the investment world. However, he wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he did have his humble beginnings. By the age of 30, Buffett earned his first $1 million. Now, if you clicked on this video, chances are you also want to know the same steps that Buffett followed to earn his first million. Hey, welcome to Stock Market Mate. In today's video, we'll talk about Warren Buffett's advice on making your first million. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to help us beat the YouTube algorithm. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. First would be never stop learning. Buffett claims that in order for you to reach your first million and succeed in general, you must become a learning machine. He explains that no one has ever gained success without trying to better themselves and upgrade their skills and knowledge. You don't really need a college degree to make millions, but you do need to feed your mind. However, Buffett also emphasizes that you shouldn't just learn for the sake of learning, but you should seek to be the best in your chosen career. Once you reach that level of talent in your chosen career, people will gladly pay for your services and your earnings will skyrocket. When you're confident and skilled in your services, you can easily charge hundreds and thousands of dollars per hour, depending on your profession. Though Buffett is an investment genius, he doesn't stop learning and building what he already knows. Charlie Munger, Buffett's right-hand man, says that lifelong learning is essential to long-term success. In an interview by Munger, he stated, "If you take Berkshire Hathaway, which is certainly one of the best-regarded corporations in the world and may have the best long-term investment record in the entire history of civilization, the skill that got Berkshire through one decade would not have sufficed to get it through the next decade with the achievements made." He says, "Without Warren Buffett being a learning machine, a continuous learning machine, the record would have been absolutely impossible. However, you should know that being knowledgeable alone is not enough to make you gain your first million. There are plenty of factors at play, but continuously learning has an essential part in it." Next tip would be develop an entrepreneurial mindset. As a young adult, Buffett was already serious about business. He was thinking outside the box and he kept on making creative ways to earn a significant amount of money. In fact, when he was just 15, he already had a net worth of $6,000. Let's start from the very beginning. At age 6, Buffett bought 6 packs of Coke for $0.25 and sold them for 5 cents each, drawing a 5-cent profit. He also sold various things door to door, including packs of gum, used golf balls that are arranged by brand and price, and even popcorn at the local college football games. Buffett doesn't stop there. At age 13, he got a paper route. But instead of delivering one newspaper, he would also distribute another on his route and then started adding magazine subscriptions. At 14, he invested in 40 acres of farmland and leased it to a farmer where they'd share the profits. As you can see, Warren Buffett was an entrepreneur even before he had a successful career in business. As an aspiring investor or entrepreneur, you can take your cue from Buffett. If you want to become a millionaire, don't wait till you're older. Look for ways to earn money, and if you have it, create a saving strategy and begin investing. Starting a business can be an extremely powerful step towards your goal in gaining your first million. When you think of innovative ways to earn, you'll simply build wealth faster. Next, know the power of compound interest. You might have encountered at least one quote about the power of compound interest. It's famous for a reason because it can actually make you rich. So what is compound interest? Well, it simply means that instead of taking out any earnings you make from the interest, you leave it invested, effectively earning interest on interest. Any investor and entrepreneur should know that it's much harder to earn your first million without having compound interest work on your behalf. If you're solely saving money without investing it, then it will take you longer to achieve your 1 million goal. Buffett puts much emphasis on the importance of compound interest in his success. In fact, he commends it so much that his official biography is titled Snowball, which compares compound interest to a rolling snowball that gradually increases in size. "My wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest," Buffett says. If you take a peek into his portfolios, you'll see that he's almost invested in stocks that pay dividends, which offer another form of compounding. When dividends are reinvested, they generate more dividends and the compounding dance continues. Compound interest is easily overlooked, but now you know better than to do that. Take Buffett's advice and put attention on this specific factor in earning your first million. Next tip would be live simply. If you seek to easily make millions like Buffett, then you should also emulate his lifestyle and investment strategies. While people spend more as they earn more, Buffett does the opposite. Despite his impressive achievement in wealth, he chooses to live a modest life. Most people would choose to upgrade their houses and buy new cars, and this takes them longer to reach their 1 million goal. Let's see Buffett as an example. He currently resides in Omaha with a home he purchased in 1958 for $31,500. He only earns a base salary of $100,000 a year, and he isn't enticed by luxury cars or island properties. People have to understand that the more you spend, the longer it would take you to reach your financial goals. It's a very simple concept. If you live simply and minimize your expenses, then you will have more opportunities to save, invest, and earn from compound interest. Buffett also warns investors and entrepreneurs about lifestyle inflation. This is basically when people spend more as they earn more. Lifestyle inflation is like running on a treadmill. You're running more as you earn more, but you're not really getting anywhere near your 1 million goal. This is simply because your expenses are increasing just as fast as your income. As a result, the amount of money that you save becomes pretty stagnant. However, if you follow a modest lifestyle like Buffett's, then you'll see that you can potentially have a higher net worth than most people. Next tip would be minimize debt and borrowing. If you're smart, you're going to make a lot of money without borrowing. I've never borrowed a significant amount of money in my life, Buffett said. While you do need to sometimes rely on business loans to start or expand your company, Buffett suggests that you should avoid unnecessary credit card debt and loans. In a 1991 speech in Notre Dame, Buffett said he had seen a lot of people fail because of liquor and leverage. And soon after, he said Donald Trump failed because of leverage. Buffett added he simply got infatuated with how much money he could borrow, and he did not give enough thought to how much he could pay back. Investors generally don't need leverage. Furthermore, you can copy Buffett's style in choosing companies to invest in. He prefers buying companies with little or no debt, and he uses leverage only when it can raise the return on equity. Most borrowing is essentially an anti-investment. It has negative returns, he said. If you seek to obtain your first million and you badly need to borrow, do borrow what you need at a low fixed rate of interest, then pay off the debt as soon as possible. And last but not least, surround yourself with people who motivate you. Buffett believes that you should immerse yourself with people who make you better. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours and you'll drift in that direction, he said. It's easy to see that the people in your life can greatly influence you to make good or bad choices. To do well, you have to take that after successful people. Perhaps this is why Buffett surrounds himself with business people like Bill Gates, a friend of 25 years. This is a simple concept to grasp. To make more money, choose your associates wisely. You don't have to ditch your less fortunate friends, but you're not going to become a millionaire if you hang out with people who make excuses and settle for a mediocre life. There are a lot of ways to become a millionaire. Remember that you don't have to copy Buffett's every move, but to incorporate some of his strategies. To get you started, always think of these 4 words. Think like Warren Buffett. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to our channel for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to want to watch one of these 2 videos right here. Enjoy!